James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is January 1st, 2025, the first day of the new year. Wow, I hope it's a much better one than 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. We're going to do a good old, everyone's been saying, it's ash coming from the volcanoes. Well, my subscribers that have been with us for years know that that's not the case. But I figured that we better go ahead and do an earthquake and volcanic and wildfire report, because we've always done one twice a week for the last 4 or 5 years, and we want to keep that tradition going. Even though it's going to be a little bit slow, there's still some things to talk about. Hey, Miss Teresa. Hey, Corey Bennett. First off, guys, we're going to start with guessing. And this is not according to me. I've looked up several maps tonight to make sure that maybe Denmark was not fooling us. And all the maps have the same volcanoes that are, quote-unquote, above sea level. They have to be above sea level erupting. It was over 70 volcanoes last time we counted, and I believe the highest number we've ever had is around 70, 71. I think we were right up there pushing the limits, but we haven't seen any activity from a volcano that we have not seen go off before. And we have another 50 volcanoes that are quote-unquote awakening that I will show y'all very shortly. Now, I want everyone to guess how many volcanoes are in minor eruption, orange, or in full major eruption, red, around the globe right now, and I'm going to do some counting. Wow. All right, guys. Looks like 71 to me. If anyone wants to count, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 32. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2. Let's decide how deep we're going to go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 72. I'm caught between 71 and 72, but we know where we're at. We're at the high end of what we've been looking at for about 12 years now, but there's no new volcanoes that are going off, right? Nothing on the west coast of the U.S. Someone told me that there was a volcano going on in the central part of the U.S., which would be impossible. It's a Central American craton. There's no volcanic activity, and there hasn't been for 20, 40 million years in that area. I did see some earthquakes, yes. All right, so we're going to go with 71, 72. this is Kilauea live right now? No, this is not blanketing us with whatever the white stuff is, okay? No, it's not. Period. This is live. But you know what? There's zero chance. Kilauea and Mauna Loa have gone off at least 10 times, even together, since we've been here, and we've never seen white foam, fog, whatever the hell it is, like we're seeing now. All right, looking at volcanoes and earthquakes.com, we had a big 6.1 down here, South Sandwich Island region, a 6.1. The French came in at a 5.9. I did go ahead and pull up some, pull up some detailed information. I think 1.3 atomic bombs worth of energy was released from this quake down here in the South Sandwich Islands. With another 5.1 here, another stronger, looks like 5.0 here, and yet another 5.6, even stronger here. Of course, this is Zealandia rising, the continent rising around New Zealand. God bless you for the cup of coffee. Makes me so happy. I'll put the address up there. If someone wants to buy through this, thank you so much. God bless you guys. Through this link, it should make my studio, I used to show y'all, make my studio light up red and scare the holy jujush out of me. Look at that peninsula of Russia. Really, really going off. Everything you see in the color yellow are volcanoes awakening. These are plate tectonic boundaries here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put the 3s on. We're seeing that biggest caldera on Earth right here with the swarm always to the north here. These are the Himalayan mountains that have always protected India. Now they have the biggest 3.4 billion people versus 3.3 billion people in China. I mean, all because of this mountain range, if you want the real truth. So this caldera is stretched over Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, China, Mongolia, and it's about to go. It's about to go. All I don't want to hear is that y'all think that any testing is going on. Anytime there's an earthquake in Iran, Greg, I love you, man, but look at this. This is all magma flow. Use your eyes. Your eyes will tell you, right? This is a volcanic situation here. Here's a crater here. One that we don't even know the name of. It's absolutely huge. Hey, God bless you guys. Happy New Year to you guys. All right, we're going to keep going here. I want everyone to get what they need. Now, there's going to be a lot of quakes here up in this area of Russia that are not being reported. I know because I've done a lot of reports here. And if y'all just look at northern Russia, that's all magma flow. What looks like rivers and is rock is magma flow. You understand? Period. All right. Going to some other areas. We have a volcano right there, awakening right there. Brand new volcano. You can see it under there, awakening. Lots of magma movement. 4.6, a 4.8. Definitely going to awaken. We've got some stuff right here in the Mediterranean. A 3.4, a 3.4, a 3.0. And a 3.3 around South Africa. Isn't that weird? 3.1s. Been seeing a lot more activity around there. A 3.2. Of course, around, and this goes all the way into Russia. They're just not reporting. China is reporting this particular area because they have treaties to actually put up to, well, several billion people in other countries, including Australia, including Africa, including South America, and probably the United States, if this caldera goes off. This caldera is the largest, and remember, Wawa Springs is 30 times the size of Yellowstone. So how big is this one? I don't know. What it did do, it went around the Himalayan mountains and formed Myanmar, filmed Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. It really filmed Malaysia, formed Malaysia and Singapore here. And you can see there's a lot, it's a major plate tectonic boundary that goes around into Indonesia. And this is the Philippines up here. And they've been rocked. My friend's never quit a job. He's like the badass dude, Texas Tech quarterback. He would never quit a job. But he quit here because of the volcanoes in the Philippines. So I don't know what that means, but he decided it was not worth it, whatever the risk was. Look at this swarm right here. Look at this incredible swarm. Remember, this is Zealandia rising. New Ireland. Gosh, even more interesting, right? Zealandia rising. Excuse me. And y'all remember, I think Zealandia goes this way. This is Zealandia, according to James. It's Fiji and Tonga up there. Goes all the way down here, splits here, goes up here, goes around here, and then probably covers Papua New Guinea and New Ireland. And of course, I think I taught y'all that New Zealand's trying to make a land grab on all the light blue, saying they want the minerals. It's their continental shelf. The real problem is they're not a continent. That's my first argument. This is the central Atlantic plate boundary here. 5-2. Everything in yellow is awakening. We still have on the point on Reykjanes Peninsula of the second volcano still active. The other one burnt up the biggest geothermal plant in the world. And we also have another volcano that's awakening here. Now, y'all would think that'd be a lot, but if I were to show y'all, there's 20,000 volcanoes on Iceland alone. Iceland alone. We're going to do some quick summarizations here, okay? This is called the Peruvian-Chilean Wedge. This is the first time I've seen so many volcanoes going off, so much magma movement under it. There's 26 to 29,000 volcanoes between Peru and Chile, although some of it is actually in Bolivia and Argentina. They own no coast. They lost the war. So only Peru and Chile own the Peruvian-Chilean wedge here with 26 to 29,000 volcanic, calderas. And look, all these awakening here, all this magma movement here. Years ago, 2-3 years ago, I thought this would go first. We're also seeing Ecuador and Colombia go off. And then look at Central America. All we have is awakening or really erupting volcanoes through Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Costa Rica. I mean, that is true. These are fracking earthquakes here, a 3.0 fracking. These are big fracking earthquakes. Well, that's all they are, though. And I'm guessing this is a fracking earthquake. We'll zoom in when we get there. My guess, and I'm a pretty good guesser, that's fracking. This is going to be associated with Yellowstone up here. See if there's anything else we need to cover before we move on. I don't like the 6-1 down here on, is that South Sandwich, Michael Volcano, South Sandwich Islands. This one's the only inhabited one, right there. But there's a lot of places that the plate tectonics don't meet, i.e. in blue, i.e. not at all right here, right? If I can only show y'all a map of how the plates push on each other, which I guess I will include in tomorrow night's version. I also want to show y'all there's more pressure in this area right here. What are all these bumps? They're all volcanoes. So actually the North American plate here, Pacific plate here, Eurasia plate here, Indonesia plate here, and you can see all these volcanoes awakening, going right into Japan where they're building more and more nuclear facilities. I mean, this goes right into where they're building the nuclear facilities. Another swarm here, we talked about that before. That is substantial, very substantial swarm. All right, I'm going to put them all on. Hold back. Can't even see New Zealand anymore. Can't see anywhere around Indonesia. This is only a 24-hour period. You can't see Taiwan at all. There's a plate boundary problem in Taiwan. You can't see Japan. You can see the peninsula up in Russia. They're not reporting Russia. You can see more activity around the largest caldera on Earth. And what do we see? What I promised y'all we'd see, because it's biblical. All these earthquakes, as soon as what was formed, why is it not showing up? That is a plate boundary right there. It's just not active anymore. Look, it's almost all red. There was no plate here. There's a couple of areas of black here. When that plate finishes off, all that pressure is going to run into the Aegean Sea here. It's a small plate. Every island y'all see here is a volcano. I want to show y'all what we're talking about. I'm talking about hundreds of volcanoes, and we see magma movement under them per the earthquakes, if y'all haven't caught on yet. This is going to be where the great earthquake in the Bible that speaks of, never been felt like any earthquake before. And then the reason they have to grab their coats and run to the highest mountain, because it's going to create a tidal wave that's going to come across the Mediterranean and wipe out what? All the people surrounding Jerusalem or Israel, all their enemies. That's going to be Lebanon, Syria, well, not really Jordan. It's going to be Egypt. It's going to be Turkey. This Cyprus is a U.S. CIA. Well, we own it. All right. We'll back up, see what's happening here. I am surprised to see a new volcano awakening here. What do you have? There's two here, not one. There's two right there, three here. Madagascar, there's a couple here. We have another one awakening here. And really, I believe that these are all on Sicily, which is an island, again, right there in the Aegean Sea, but an island of Italy. And I believe this is the Capri. This is the most active volcano that we know about in the world. We do have quakes near the Straits of Gibraltar here. Kind of wild, kind of weird. We'll see if there's anything we missed here. 5-1 out here before we go on. Look at that west coast of the U.S. See, make sure. We got New York City. Get a rope. New York City. In case it's not, look, it disappeared. Oh, it's up by Tiff. A little bit north of Tiff. Probably having to do with the mining. Let me see how deep it is. Default depth, 3 miles depth. That's default. What it is this is the salt mines in Lake Erie, and this all comes up, and they mine here, and they mine up here, and this is just having to do with mining, like so many earthquakes are. You can see everything. That's Mexico City there, and all the magma awakening here. And then if we zoom in here, look, Sea of Cortez. Well, the plate boundary, it stops right about where that swarm is and picks up right about where that is. You can see the black line if you look really hard there. and then the black line coming up here with the blue here. If you look really hard here. All right, moving along. That was 1.3 atomic bombs worth of energy. Now, today is Monday, but they say they're doing their job. Let's see if it's dated the right date. It is from January 1st, 2025. It's going to be in a strange spot for Canada. It's going to be a really strange spot for Canada. Can someone tell me what y'all call that? I know it's well, not Newfoundland, not Labrador, it's not Saskatchewan. What is this island? Love to know. You would think that it might say it somewhere on it. Love to learn. But anyway, they had one quake there. Nothing else went reported. Lots of quakes offshore over here on the Cascadia. If we have any Canadian visitors, let me know. All right, going to the USGS. And we just had a 5.5. We're really only going to look at the US here. 5.6. Is this a 6.1? Yeah. We're only going to look at the US. First off, we have Mount Spur and Mount Hayes. They both erupted 3 times. And Anchorage, Alaska is right there. And Mount Spur and Mount Hayes are right here. They've erupted 3 times in 29 years. Let's go for 4 and 30. It's getting close to be that 30th year. It's unbelievable with the swarms under Hayes, Mount Hayes, and Mount Spur. Nothing's occurred thus far. 50% of all the people that live in Alaska live in that little town right there. 50%. Used to be a big fishing hub, but I don't know this radioactive water. All these bumps, these are all volcanoes. This is right where they issued, someone said, you believe scientists? Yeah, because they put cables all over the deal. Let me see if I can find that seamount. Bunch of ding-dongs. There's the 3. That's going to be the seamount they called. Look, I don't know where it is. You can barely see it. That's going to be it right there. See it right there? That's the one that has already erupted several times in the last 30 years. They think will erupt again, and we have more movement on the Cascadia subduction zone plate here. Not good. And then this is the North American plate. Y'all call it the San Andreas. This is really the North American Juan de Fuca Pacific plate. Every bump you see, every line you see is a volcanic range. Every bump you see is a major seamount or volcano. If it hasn't broken the sea level, it's a seamount, even if it goes off. All right, this is wild. We've never seen this before, and I know you guys have been with me a long time. We've got a big quake at Geysers Geothermal. I'm going to pull up the buoys. It's going to be a first. And we've been doing this for years, guys, together. All right. We got just some tsunami buoys on. We really don't have any tsunami buoys. When you look, most of them are always turned off. The rest of this stuff has nothing to do with tsunamis. So few people know that. All right, Mount Cobb. Mount Cobb is the Geysers Geothermal Unit. Now the biggest geothermal unit in the world. Today, or yesterday, I'm not quite sure which one, Biden said no to all the geothermal units that they wanted to build in Nevada. He put a 20-year moratorium, is that a right word, on them. 20 years on all the geothermal. This is all, look, Yellowstone, you can see the magma flow. If you look real hard here, And then this big circle here is Wawa Springs, the biggest shield volcano in the world. Stopped the flow of the Colorado River 12 times and formed the Grand Canyon. Okay, and that's Yellowstone. Wawa Springs is 30 times bigger. That's Snake River caldera. It's where Evel Knievel jumped his, or didn't quite jump it, his jet bike. We've got a flank off Mount Rainier here. It's going to be Ashford, Washington, a 1.1. That's going to be St. Helens, Adams, Mount Hood, the Seven Sisters moving down. What really, really is freaking me out, and this is the Sierra Nevadas volcanoes everywhere. Lake Tahoe, Long Valley caldera here. What a joke. This is what's freaking me out. All right. We're giving away $1 million to the person that can get this right. $1 million. But it's going to be Monopoly money. Oh. Guys, this is the Geyser Geothermal unit. I'll show you what that looks like. And it's basically 19 wells drilled into the side of a volcano, and each one of them is about as strong as having a electric dam on the Colorado River. These are very, very old pictures. There's 2 rows of these now. These are all owned pictures, so I have to be careful. They really want to buy the pictures of this up. So it works like a 10-speed bicycle. Works like this. And what it does is it brings the steam from the volcano into a system that treats it like a 10-speed bike. And I'm going to try to show you what I mean by that. That's what I mean by that right there. So it's like a ramjet is what it is. Same as ramjet or super ramjet. First off, the coils are pointed one way to condense the power. Then they're pointed the other way to push out the power. And these are in the museum there. And they're made of, I don't know, brass, something very, very strong. They made it through volcanic magma and volcanic steam, and they generate enough power, believe it or not, for all of San Francisco, Cisco, all the Palo Alto Valley, some of Oakland, some of the Tech Valley down here, and some of Sacramento. What's the number? 2740. What will you work there for? I'd work there 450 grand, right? Two numbers, guys. One number on how many you think happened, and look, when we hit it, we'll be able to see this. 4.7. I have seen a 5 point something, 5.8 on Cobb Mountain. Imagine if you worked there, you would have had to deal with, well, y'all tell me, how many earthquakes in the last 24 hours and how much you deserve to get paid to work at this power plant. I would say a lot. This is Clear Lake. Clear Lake volcanic range surrounds it. This is the city of Clear Lake over here. And I'm guessing you want like a 3-day, 13.3 hour work week, and you want 4 days off. And you probably want to put those 3 days with 3 others and, well, get 14 days off or whatever. So let's see. 92. Well, that's an all-time record. All-time record here. All-time record. That should be a warning to us. We have a basically semi-active dormant volcano, and it looks like it is rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Really does. All right. We discussed on the other map how the fault stops here and picks up here. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing this try to come together. And what you're seeing here is the Garlock fault here. So the Garlock west, central, and east actually goes like that. And this is Little Lake, Sierraless, and Ridgecrest. Sierraless, Little Lake, and Ridgecrest in there. And this is the area that's going to be the new west coast, i.e. the Sierra Nevada mountains of the U.S. very shortly once the valley floods. The valley is below sea level. Most people know that. Some don't. All right. I find that to be the weirdest earthquake. But we're going to zoom in. We're going to see if there's drilling right there. I am guessing there's going to be something there. What is that white thing? What is that white thing? Is that some more of that stuff that is falling? Well, there's something they're covering up here. Look at this. Look at this. I can't even get any further in. What the hell are they doing? They're up to no good here. I can't believe I can't get any further in. I guess I'm not on Google Maps, but some kind of mining or shit show going on, obviously. All right. These are the fires. The fires. Start out with the fire map from the USA. So we're, oh, why didn't that work? Uh-oh. All right, so Wawa Springs, Yellowstone, Snake River, Mount St. Helens, or Mount Rainier, Adams, St. Helens, Hood. I've seen no fires whatsoever. Let's go in and be nosy. Look, all these fires started today in LA. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Look at the valley. They got a bunch of crackheads in the valley too. It should just be called Crack Central. I mean, can you believe these are new fires? Watch. If I go in just a little bit more, you see all these big fires burning that are still burning from yesterday. And the new fires are in orange and red. And there's only one other city in the world. The two cities I hate the most, that they burn themselves. It's kind of like cutting yourself, I think. You can't find that. Name a city. Someone name a city in the chat. Name a city. You can go to any other city in the world and not, Houston's a shithole. Let's go to Houston. Watch how many fires are burning. Zero, like everywhere else. You don't have 70 fires going regularly, no matter where you are. We just went to Los Angeles. I'm going to name a city. How about this? Boston, the only other town that's on fire. See if it's still on fire. Got to keep Dan out of there. I think it made it through. So, What'd y'all think about the barriers being down on Bourbon Street? Although we paid like $110 million for them to be built this last year. That was kind of freaky. These darker passes are called Landsat. The bigger flames are 1,000 acres or 404 hectares or more. To prove it, there it is right there. Lots of fires, they say, still burning. Northern British Columbia, and in Alberta. And then, really, the Gulf Coast in Mexico got fires all over the place. They're not real big fires. We do have a couple of big fires near LA here. Is that just one near LA? Soda fire? And a bunch of small fires. Let's see if they pick up the smaller fires if they zoom in. This is GOES pointing at Earth, so a little bit different. And this is the path of what's called Landsat. It's another satellite. You can see it going through here. It's much more sensitive, but it has very low orbit and can't really help us. All right. So this is zero here. Usually through zero, we've got fires below and fires above. We have tons of fires above 0 degrees latitude. Of course, y'all probably don't know this. 90% of the people live above 30 degrees latitude north, which is going to be about here. 30 degrees, 90% of all the people on the globe are further north. Now look it up. 90% of the people live above 30 degrees latitude or higher. Lots of fires below that. All right, here's our air quality. It's looking really bad over here. Getting a 115. You don't want any part of it. Central Plains up here. 138. If it's that bad right there, it really bothers me here. 117, New Mexico. This is going to be all through Arizona and Phoenix, a 103. This is PM 2.5, the deadliest particulate known to man. The stations that are gray, they've shut them off. And these are fires that they're now showing on this map. They say that there's fires burning in all these locations, causing the PM 2.5 in these locations. This is the new map as of today. Look at the fog down here in Miami. Look at the air quality. I mean, that's deadly. Just 10 parts per million increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%. Everyone that's been watching me, usually I'll go to who and show y'all, but we're not going to do that. Some dude's got a house in here telling the truth. Someone's got a spot here telling the truth. 160. They want to get rid of him quick. You can buy this equipment from airnow.gov and hook it up to your own house. And hook it up to the internet so other people can see the air quality in your area. Most of this is government stuff, though, all the circles. They used to have mobile units, and they've taken those away because we were able to anticipate what they thought would happen. Look at the air quality down San Diego way. This is deadly. Deadly air quality. And I'm talking about short-term deadly. Really, really bad air quality down here near San Diego, Tijuana, up into where it gets caught in Los Angeles and into Riverside, right there in those volcanic ranges that surround LA. It's catching all the PM 2.5, probably from, the islands out here. Catalina Island is a volcano, so it's probably spewing PM 2.5 on everyone. It doesn't care. It just wants to live, right? Got another problem. Is that near a big volcano or anything? There's a fire there. Picking it up pretty good with that fire there. It's Lake Tahoe, Carson City. I told y'all Tahoe is. Look at, wow, Sacramento's looking ugly. Let's go north of Sac and see if anything's happening. I don't even know what a T, does T mean transmobile? Temporary monitor. Never seen a T before. It's another T. So they're expecting something up here. They have temporary monitors up here. As we work our way up, everything looks pretty damn good. Until we get to, got some crummy air quality here. And what I'm guessing is Seattle or Portland? Seattle, excuse me, I'm sure. I'll go with Seattle. There's Mount Olympic Park, the actual volcano. I don't see any volcanoes that look like they're going off causing the PM 2.5. I just don't see it. And I'm going to put the PM 2.5 in motion. Yes, we are getting a lot of PM 2.5 off the Sierra Sandstorm over here. And we'll put it in motion, see what happens. You know, it doesn't look that bad in the U.S. whatsoever, although the air quality stinks. And it's still foggy outside. I was going to actually film it on my way through. It was so just gross. Didn't want to touch anything or anything. Really, really gross. It's just into to tomorrow. You can see that all of the southeast is getting filled up with heavy PM 2.5 tomorrow. What in the hell is going on here? Look at that. Now that is some weird stuff. Where would that come from? You'll have to explain that to me on another show. Where would that come from? We're seeing a lot of PM 2.5 in these areas through here. The only fire that we have burning is this one up here that we know about. And this is our first year for sandstorms to create PM 2.5. The deadliest particulate known to man. It's so small, it's 2.5 nanometers, can break the blood-brain barrier. It was, well, responsible for over 4 million deaths, probably a lot more than that, in 2016 alone, from things like heart attack, stroke, just by breathing in these particles. That white snow. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. We have a nor'easterly hitting the northeast, and we've got several, looks like fronts coming on shore in BC, Washington. They're spinning the wrong way. When are they going to start spinning the right way? We haven't flipped. The sun's poles have not flipped. Whoever said that today, I'm like, you want to wring their necks, right? I think the poles just flipped. You do? Well, why do you think that? Well, I have no articles. I just, think that they have. And we're probably next. Well, the sun flips their poles every 11 years. We're closer to every 42,000 years, goofball. All right, so everything is spinning counterclockwise, which means they're subtropical lows. Look at that, pounding into Alaska finally. Look at Anchorage getting killed. It's going to be a really big front, and then this is all going to go over and hit Ireland and the UK. And guys, they can't take much more over there. All right, so what we're looking at today, we had some heavy snow and some mixed precipitation up in Washington State and into Oregon. We had rain in California and down. We had heavy snow all through Washington, all through Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, jumping over to, Nebraska and Iowa. And look at Michigan. It got blanketed. Then we had mixed precipitation and heavy snow possible. Some of the lake areas, Lake Erie, going up to New York, doesn't look like Tiffany got hit too bad, except for maybe some mixed precipitation and freezing rain. Let's look at tomorrow. It's much of what today looks like, right? Much of what today looks like, maybe a little bit more extensive. So everybody's going to be cold. And then the following day is, again, moved a little bit to the east. We have another front coming on shore in the northwest. So they're going to keep coming. We're headed now into tornado season. You're like, when did we ever leave it, right? When did we ever leave it? Well, we're actually headed into tornado season. We have to keep a close eye on that. Now, I would like to show you guys also that really we only have, 10,000 people without electricity in New York, which is not bad due to frozen rain taking down electrical wires. And I wanted to show y'all, it's not that I've been hiding the Schumann resonance from you guys. It's just that there's no Schumann resonance to report. Looks like these might be working right. There's nothing to report, or I would be reporting it every day. Is Miss Teresa around, guys? Let's see if Miss Teresa's around. Help us with the early reading. I'm going to come back, but I want to get our reading done. If Miss Teresa's around, I have no idea. How's everyone doing? Y'all getting ready? I want y'all to remember 3 times a day. Think about where you want to be in a month in your head. And continue for 17 plus 20 seconds. Keep thinking about how you're going to get there, what it's going to feel like. Hey, God bless you. What it's going to feel like when you get there. You have to internalize and manifest it all. All the feelings involved, all the work it's going to take. If you do it, trust me, it will happen. It will happen. It's happened for me every time. Every single time I've tried. You know what? We're in some sort of situation where your prayers are answered. That's all I can tell you. But you have to be sincere and not selfish. And you also have to not just think about it for a minute or two. You have to really concentrate on what it takes to get to where you want to be, and what it's going to feel like, and what it's going to look like, and how you're going to handle it, etc. Once you manifest all that, whatever your dream is will be yours. I can guarantee it, by the way. 5 for 5, going for 6 for 6. Miss Teresa, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, James. It's Teresa.
I'm doing my motivational speaking, not my preaching.
I'm enjoying it very much.
All right. Well, I really, truly believe that, or I wouldn't have said it.
I do, too.
All right. Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, Miss Teresa, you always help us out every night with something from regularly the New Testament. And
I sent you a picture of the eagles on the river. The fog left today, and we even had sunshine.
Wow, and everyone's fog left today. That's why I didn't cover it.
5 days of it, and it left, it's gone, and we even had sunshine.
Everyone, even here, we did have some fog tonight, but even here we saw the sun for the first time in 5 or 6 days. And I had that white milky crap on my car, but I'm not going to start touching it and rubbing it.
Oh, no. My car's in the garage, but I wouldn't touch it either.
I'll use something to open the handle and everything else. So let's open that book of, the truth.
Let's open our Bible to Isaiah.
Alright.
Saiah. 43.
Uh-oh. We've been 43, 30, 17. 43 twice we've seen it.
We'll go back one.
42?
Okay.
Alright.
42 and 43 are, 42's on the left, 43's on the right. So.
Alright, so you never know. Alright.
Right.
This
must be our message here somewhere.
And I'm sure there will be. Guys, a lot of the times it seems like the reading's for me, but I'm sure everyone... I had the best preacher in the world one time. He retired after about 10 years that I knew him. Everyone in that whole audience thought he was speaking directly to them.
How wonderful.
That's how good he was. Everyone felt the same way.
What a gift.
I asked him to baptize Caitlin, and he retired before he did. So, does yours start, the servant of the Lord?
Yes, here is my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen one, in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or cry out, or raise his voice in streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. In faithfulness he will bring forth justice. He will not falter or be discouraged till he establishes justice on earth. In his law the islands will put their hope. This is what God the Lord says. He who created the heavens and stretched them out, who spread out the earth and all that comes out of it, who gives breath to his people and life to those who walk on it. I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness. I will take hold of your hand. I will keep you and will make you to be a covenant for the people and a light for the Gentiles, to open the eyes that are blind, to free the captives from prison, and to release some from the dungeon who sit in darkness. I am the Lord, that is my name. I will not give my glory to another, or my praise to idols. See, the former things have taken place, and new things I declare. Before they spring into being, I announce them to you. Sing to the Lord a new song, his praise from the ends of the earth. Who you go down to the sea and all that is in it, you islands, and all who live in them. Let the desert and its towns raise their voices. Let the settlements where Kedar lives rejoice. Let the people of Selah sing for joy. Let them shout from the mountaintops. Let them give glory to the Lord and proclaim his praise in the islands. The Lord will march out like a mighty man, like a warrior. He will stir up his zeal. With a shout he will raise the battle cry and will triumph over all of his enemies. For a long time I have kept silent. I have been quiet and held myself back. But now, like a woman in childbirth, I cry out, I gasp and pant, and I will lay waste on the mountains and the hills, and dry up all of their vegetation. I will turn rivers into islands, and dry up the pools. I will lead the blind by ways, they have not known. Along unfamiliar paths I will guide them. I will turn the darkness into light before them and make rough places smooth. These are the things I will do. I will not forsake them, but those who trust in idols, who say to images, "You are our gods," will be turned back in utter shame. Hear, you deaf, look, you blind, and see. Who is blind but my servant, and deaf like my messenger I sent? Who is blind like the one committed to me, blind like the servant to the Lord? You have seen many things, but have paid no attention. Your ears are open, but you hear nothing. It pleased the Lord for the sake of his righteousness to make his law great and glorious. But this is people plundered and looted, all of them, trapped in pits or hidden away in prisons. They have become plunder with no one to rescue them. They have been made loot.
Wait, stop for a second. This is Miss Teresa. She reads for us every night. It's not AI. All right, go ahead.
They think I'm AI.
You're doing such a good job.
Oh my goodness. But the people plundered and looted, all of them trapped in pits or hidden away in prisons. They have become plunder with no one to rescue them. They have been made loot with no one to say, "Send them back." Which of you will listen to this or pay close attention in time to come? Who landed Jacob over the become loot and Israel to be plunderers? Was it not the Lord, against whom we have sinned? For they would not follow his ways, so they did not obey his laws. So he poured out on them his burning anger, the violence of war. It enveloped them in flames, yet they did not understand. It consumed them, but they did not take it to heart. Amen.
All right. So, no, 2 times this month, maybe 4 times this month, guys, when you do 12, 15 shows a day, and I'm trying to get the news out first and the news out properly, sometimes your voice needs a rest. And so I did.
Very good job, James. Very good job.
Well, I did Jane Kaufman. Did you hear that one today?
I did.
I think a lot of people are a lot less offended with my sister Jane than the English guy. So I did notice that. But every once in a while, if it's like a 8-10 minute read, and that's what it says on my deal.
Sister Jane was lovely to listen to.
Right. Well, that's hopefully someone that makes sense. Obviously, Sister Jane only comes in when Brother James needs a couple of minutes, and that's still a lot of work. Trust me, guys. It's not like I'm not working for a living. It's still extensive 11 Labs voiceover. There's no AI involved. I know people say AI, but really there's been voiceover for 20, 30 years, which basically just reads in different voices, whatever you have on a piece of paper. We've had that around for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, check out the Eagles. It's on your Gmail.
All right, so let's go check out Miss Teresa Eagles, what she's on. Let's see, it's going to be my business Gmail here, probably. I'll get off there. And over.
Let's see if I can talk Jared into delivering bread tomorrow.
Oh, I want to thank these folks. I don't want to show them that. Do you guys want me to post y'all every time y'all buy a cup of coffee on Twitter? Because all you got to do is hit one button. When I hit that, and it posts on Twitter real big. Y'all let me know if y'all want that. Love to do it. I just don't want anyone. A lot of people hide their emails and stuff. So, guys, ask Miss Teresa, am I going to try to contact them?
No, heck no. You don't have time for that.
I mean, I can barely pay attention, man. All right, CDC releases, Miss Teresa. Watch.
No, it's Eagle picture. Yeah, I sent you some other stuff also. Maybe I didn't Gmail it. I thought I did. Maybe I put it on your messages on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay, darling.
Well, I tried.
Yes, you did.
I tried. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate Miss Teresa. I appreciate you guys that bought me a cup of coffee. All it's doing,
Sending myself to everyone.
It's just helping the channel, guys, to keep going. Miss Teresa, you're helping the channel to keep going too, because you know what that person finally said? Her voice is so soothing.
Aw, thank you.
Yes. So I was like, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't know.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Well,
Much love to everyone. I'm going to say goodnight.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Right. All right, guys. So we might come back. We might not. But tsunami warning. And it's 30 miles from the beach. It's laughable. Cobb Mountain, look at that depth, 1.1 kilometer. Get a shovel, right? I bet the people working at the plant were just completely overwhelmed. I saw a 5.8 there one time. Let's see where we're at now. Oh, man, we're in Easy Street. No flares. And not even a solar disturbance here. Aurora pictures will be abundant tonight if y'all want to get them and send them to World News Report Today at gmail.com. 2Ds Report Today. Be honored to show them for you guys. And with that said, God bless. Please share, subscribe, and guys, always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World. We may see y'all in a bit.